Hey there, StarCraft fans! Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today on Ascension, it's going to be a TVZ with Light and Soma. I need to get a Flash versus Soma game from RJB, but I found this Light versus Soma game for us on Ascension today. ASL Finals, could have been the ASL Finals. The Flash didn't dumpster Light in the semifinals because holy smokes, Flash is playing so well right now. Left side of Ascension, it is Light. Right side, it is Soma. Light, the best player in the world who plays Terran except for Flash. And the gap between these two players, according to the semifinals that they had, is pretty darn big. Flash is playing like Flash, which is exciting to see. So by the time you see this, I kind of feel like ASL 21 finals are over. I don't know, man. Time is weird. Time is a flat circle. Let's just enjoy this game and not worry about what time is, shall we? So, SCV coming out saying Supply Depot at the front, walling off. Whoever discovered that should have a giant plaque in the Hall of Terran because it allows you to be aggressive. It allows you to be defensive. It allows you to get a command center first if you want against a Zerg player, especially if they go hatch first. Just everything you want to do, right? Supply Depot here. And then from there, the world is your oyster. Supply Depot here, no, you can't expand quickly. You can't wall off quickly. You need to do one base. You need to play safe. But by this, you can do whatever the heck you want, man. You can go 2 racks. You can go 3 racks. You can do, again, anything you want to do as a Terran player. Overlord scouting out the right direction here. Blur, 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 blur. That's right, man. Terra, you're scouting the right way. You get Employee of the Month this time around. 3-player map, so it's just a coin flip. Not too hard to do, but I will give you accolades for checking this direction anyway. I know you were told to by the Overmind, but still. Kudos. Kudos to you, Senor Terry. Sees the SCV coming out at sub 2 minutes saying, all right, that's where the Terran is. Let's see if he's walling off at the front here or if it's inside the main base. And there it is. We have a Rax coming up at the wall. He knows there's nothing else inside the main base based on that Rax timing. Hatch first coming out from Soma. Pool on the way. Extractor on the way. Steve the SCV scouting. Merge with these two guys, both Terry and Steve the SCV at FalconPaladin.store. Into the natural. Check it out. Bam. Hatch first. Okay, good. My expansion doesn't need to be canceled. Very good as well. We've got ourselves an extractor getting gas. We have what looks like a 2-hatch Muta opening based on these timings from Soma. Who knew? Who knew playing against Soma would result in a 2-hatch Mutalisque play? Who knew playing against any Zerg player in 2026 would result in a 2-hatch play? Not me, that's for sure. Taking gas, Overlord sees gas timing, says, meh, probably not factory based on that gas timing. Probably going to be an academy, maybe an engineering bay for a fast +1, as one does. Whoopa. So yeah, Lair coming up. Fantastical. Oh, Terry, did he time this right? It's Soma. Of course he timed this properly. He knew he could get in here and check the gas timing and not die to a Marine. This actually isn't good micro from Light, but I don't think it matters. Even if he properly microed that, I still think he gets out of there. That is just way too much HP. Not enough damage on the Marine and too close to this high ground for the Marine to get that job done. But, you know, taking some HP off of the old Terry is not that bad of an idea if you're Terran. Terry doesn't like it, but hey, who do you care? You are a Terran player. Checking for a third. Doesn't see one. Again, we got this ramp. Kind of stinks to take that as a third base because enemy tanks can sit up there. Marines can sit up there. Lurkers can sit up there. Well, I mean, you're not playing against a Zerg player, but, you know, Zerg can do that on the requisite other side of the map. And there is a factory. Hold on your second. This is a little bit of a later factory than we see with generic factory builds. So this might be something, I might not be ready for this. He sees the Spire, SCV sees it, sees the 3rd hatch, so 3-hatch Mutalisque. Coming out, gonna be a lot of Mutas. Now, we have seen this done recently on the channel. I believe it was a game with HBQ and Soulkey, where HBQ is like, ah yes, I'm opening mech. Do I need to make 1,000 Goliaths? You think so, but I don't. What instead he did is he got turrets. He made early science vessel. He got a radiate out, and then he irradiated the Muta stack and used turrets to defend. Got vultures running around. Didn't make a single Goliath, and then went into SK Terran. It was a crazy build, but that's the state of TVZ these days. The meta is in flux, which makes it exciting, which makes it interesting. So, engineering bay for turrets, double armory, no starport, not going to be Valkyries. And everything is looking like Goliath this time around. But you know, just because, again, it's mech doesn't mean it's Goliaths every time. Spire finishing up. 5, 11, 12, 13. Bam. 13 it is. Mutas, 5 of them on the way. Got a lot of larva for that. Vulture does show. Oh, Vulture gets into the main. Are you kidding me right now? Yeah, any mech build is going to involve Vultures, especially, guess what? These Lings don't have speed. Who's got 4 kills? It is Goliath. It is Charon boost. It is a +1 attack in production here, too, for the Mutalisks. And don't waste attacks on the lair, dude. You need to at least get 1 hit off on drones. Surprisingly, few drones have died here. A lot of them are a little bit injured, obviously. Vulture shots don't... Oh, it got a last drone kill before he died. It's 22 drones to 37 SCVs. Turret production done. Well, unproduction sort of done at the same time. Charon boost. About 50% complete. Mutalisks on the move out. Burrow coming in here too. Love a good use of Burrow. Where's your third base going to be? Are you going to try to win with 3 hatch Mutalisk off of 2 gas? Here's the question here from Soma. We have a bunch of Mutas. 6 of them. More on the way? Not really, but also getting a +1 attack. He's got to make more Mutas eventually, but for now, he's replacing his drone losses. These Mutas are going to kill a couple SCVs, get revenge for their drone buddies, take some hits in the process, splitting off the injured one so that this guy can get some work done. Couple SCVs are definitely dying. 32 remaining on that SCV count. Into the main. Turret production. Turret placement. Very good. Charon boost. So close to being done. He can taste it. Light says, come on, dude. Do it. Third base, right side. Against a meching Terran. Siege tanks are going to be a problem, folks. Let's see what we get. Now, sunken at the front. Didn't quite have it there to deal with that Vulture, did we? No. Soma got punished for it. Now he's got a sunken. He's learned his lesson. So Marines moving out. We're getting Vulture upgrades. We're getting mech upgrades. We're not making additional racks here. So it's not a transition into SK Terran. It looks like straight up mech. All the live long day here. Buh-buh, buh-buh. I like this. I like this build from Light. He's doing well. Getting those upgrades. Macroing. Getting extra factories. Making a starport now for science vessels if we have to deal with the lurkers, which we might have to at some point. Although the utter lack of a Hydra den at 7 minutes might indicate we're never going to get the lurkers. But hey, this game is far from over. We're just advocating it right now. Advocat versus Jaedong from like 2008, right? One of the most amazing WCG games in the history of the StarCraft. Just mass Goliath shows up at Jaedong's base and goes, I win. So, guess what? You can kind of do it. Mass Goliaths are kind of awesome. We've had some mech games on this map before. And again, siege tanks up here are a problem. I have learned in the time of casting this that this is where third bases go to die. Fourth base up this way might actually just let this die and just have this one up instead. He can't really defend it. I mean, he's made more Mutalisks. He doesn't have a full stack, though. That's a lot of Goliaths. Yeah, just letting that hatch die. Okay. This base is cool. That base is going to have to do the job of the third from now on because there's no third base from the Terran, and technically it's still 3 bases to 2 bases, so Soma's not dead. He's going to wall off. There's the Hydra Den. Vulture's showing up. Mutas, deterrent. Hard wall, deterrent. More factories in production. Yeah, we are not SK Terran transitioning here. Light is doing the mech, and he's taking it seriously. This base could be dead. Right? Oh, here's the engagement, though. Just straight up fighting it with these Mutas. Their attack upgrade is done. The attack upgrade for the Goliaths is also done, though. And the Mutas are like, you know what? I think we got this. A lot of us are injured, but we're going to take down every one of these Goliaths. And calling it a day. Nicely done. No more Goliaths are out on the map here. Any Goliaths back home? Yes, there are some defensively, obviously. But if those Goliaths had swung up north and killed this hatch, I think that's just a win. I think that's a win condition for Light, but he doesn't. That's what this game hinges on sometimes. Is, hey, did your enemy find your 4th base? No? Cool. You have a chance to win now. Macro hatches all over the place. Any sign of a queen's nest? No. Are we going to get queens today? Maybe. Dropships coming in. Interesting. Dropships we see more often with SK Terran builds because Marine, Medic, Firebat type drops are very fun. Killing his eggs. He's killing his supply depot. The Goliaths are testing their guns. There's the 3rd command center in production. Muta's clearing out the spider mines. He wants to retake this base and hold on to this fourth. And maybe, I don't know, build a sunken here? Sure. That's what he's going to do. Whew. So third base getting replanted. But again, fourth base is providing a little bit of value. Light says, I killed your third base. You're dead, nerd. Soma, however, does have a third base up here. Wiz is getting scouted, and there's no drones to kill. So he scouts it and says, oh, this has been here for a minute. The drones come up to transfer, and nope, mutas. Oh, God, that is so good. Look, we see this so many times. Other Zerg players would send these drones up with no escort, and then the vultures would kill them all and go, ah, ha, 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 ha. And then we drop vultures into the main. Nice burrow, keeping those alive. Right? But no, not at all here from Soma. He escorts those drones, and they stay alive as a result. I know it's more APM. I do. Look at this. Vultures, 4 vultures dropped inside the main base of Soma. Nothing bad happened. Spider mines laid at the third base. No real damage to kill that thing. Are there any tanks yet? Yes. Tank popping out. Is that the first one of the day? Probably. Vultures causing a burrow up the fourth base, too. So this is why he got burrow. We saw burrow coming in as the Spire was in production. This was fast burrow for gosh darn good reason. 1 drone died there. It's been a pretty good job keeping his drones alive today. Losing that third hatch was a problem, but I think he's recovered quickly. He got the fourth base to make up for it. Terran trying to take a third base down here. Light, he's got siege tanks, as mentioned previously. And by tanks, I mean maybe just 1 tank. He's making a second tank now, so it will be tanks very soon. Carapace upgrade on the way for the mutas. Am I hallucinating, or did they get a +2 attack for those mutalisks? I don't think they did. Did they? No. The 1 and the 1. And this is the +2 Carapace. All right. I thought it was +1 Carapace. It's +2. There's the Queen's Nest at 11 minutes. So will this be Queens against the Mech? Generally, yes. Let's see what happens when the Queen's Nest finishes. If we get 5,000 Queens built. Amazing game a couple weeks ago, maybe 10 days ago now, with Sulky and Scan. With Queens. With, spoiler alert, a little bit of a Wraith hit squad from Scan to kill those Queens. It was really a crazy, crazy killer game. And an Infested Command Center, too, to boot. So go check that one out if you like Mech TVZ games, which if you're watching this, you probably do. Fantastic match. All right, so Queen's Nest finishes. Production tab says nothing. Doesn't say Hive, doesn't say Queens. Well, I was expecting one of those 2 outcomes, but no. I mean, we don't have a lot of resources for a bunch of Queens, but you could make a Queen. Did he not notice the Queen's Nest finished? Maybe not. 11 stack of mutas, 1-1. That's so many turrets. Yeah, mutas pop it and say, oh, right. No, not my home, actually. There you go. 5 queens. 8 queens. 8 queens. Spawn broodling on the way to Soma. Not messing around. Got 4 bases. Gonna take this gas any second now. Bam. 4 gas. Queens, mutas, hydras. We've seen hydras and queens work very well together against mech. You spawn broodling all of these tanks, and then the hydras trade extremely well against the vultures. I mean, spider mines notwithstanding, you still have to be careful about spider mines, but you've got range, you have speed, you've got overlords with speed. You shouldn't really be dying to spider mines if you are a good Zerg player, which Soma definitely is. Hive on the way too, so not skipping Hive. Still making these queens happen. Now, queens, it's exciting when the queens get built, but then you have to wait about 4 minutes for 150 energy to accrue on these suckers. It's kind of like Dark Archons. They got to wait for 100 energy to get a Maelstrom, so that's also annoying, but 150 is a lot. Little Hydra sneak attack down into this natural base. We're just going to let them in here? No, they're tanks. High ground tanks. Bypass those guys. Get up here, kill this tank, and bam, done. Brought an Overlord dead. Nice D-Matrix on the Goliath, keeping him alive for a lot longer than he otherwise. He would be dead already. Oh, a re-D-Matrix! Sick! Light. This guy would have been dead in the hands of a lesser Terran commander. These Hydras are here to scout more than anything else, I think. Right, they see the tanks. They do see a factory on the way. They know it's not a switch. Hydras, once again, will engage in the situation. The mutas get irradiated. The split is not very good from Soma, but he's trying to deal with a lot on here. He's making 7, 8 more queens. He is making a hajillion more queens, you guys. This is the most queens in the history of queendom. Holy crap. Still not enough energy for a spawn broodling. There's that 100 I was talking about. If it was Maelstrom, they'd have enough. 4th base coming in south side. Light's in a good spot. It's going to come down to these queens. Can the queens get some good spawn broodlings off? Or will Light be able to intervene with Irradiates and Goliath attacks and kill them before the tanks all die? That is the key here in the mech. Gamete Meiosis, more energy for queens, which just means that once they hit 200, they keep gaining energy. So, I mean, if you're not on top of the energy, then you're not that messed up. You still are getting energy to use for the 3rd Irradiate, or the 3rd Spawn Broodling, which will be better. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah, I get what I'm putting down here. Is it trying to expand over here? No, Spider-Mind says maybe. You're just trying to kill SCVs, but it's 70 SCVs and 5 bases. Nope, 4 bases for Light, who is the meching Terran player. He's got 2-2 upgrades on his mech. The Hydras are at 2-0. The Mutas, as we know, are on 2 Carapace and +1 attack. I'm not sure how much value they have for the rest of the game here. Irradiates are plentiful. Goliath shots are plentiful, but irradiating a Mutalisk means you didn't irradiate one of the queens. And here we go. Bam! It's time. 158 energy on one of those queens, which means they all have enough energy. Coming on down, and wha-bam! Tank down, tank down. Nice friendly fire splash, killing a couple of them. Another one goes down to the Spawn Broodling, and the queens get out of there. What do I always say? Use your queens well. Do not just walk them in there, kill a tank, and die. If the queen can get 3 kills, she's insanely cost-effective. If she gets 1 kill, not actually that cost-effective. And what is StarCraft all about? Cost efficiency. Especially the mech. Especially for Terran, cost efficiency is the name of the game. Whew, Overlord's Sight upgrade coming in. Don't see that very much, but you want to have extra sight to see the tanks. The queens can come in and actively get off their chained Spawn Broodling attacks. Metabolic Boost coming in at 16 minutes. Always funny against a meching Terran when you see Metabolic Boost coming in. Now, Lings can be pretty good in this situation too, right? Flanks into tanks that are kind of picked off. Had somebody ask that in a comment the other day. They said, hey, like, Hydra Queen makes a lot of sense, but why not also have some Lings in there? Coming in again, bam! Irradiate on the other side. Now, sometimes you come in and Spawn Broodling, and it gets a cancel on the 5th command center, though. Rebuilding it immediately Light. Sometimes you come in, get a Spawn Broodling off, and catch an Irradiate, and there's nothing you can do about that. You cannot fix an Irradiate. You don't have Restoration like the Terran does. So that's a death sentence. So look, the Terran's really good and they're irradiating your queens, and all you can do is come in and get 1 Spawn Broodling off, and then you die because of Irradiate. Fine. That's not your fault. SCV dead. Pausing construction there too. Okay, Spawn Broodling on some of these Goliaths at the front, but then queens die, Irradiate anyway. This base getting denied consistently is pretty friggin' awesome for Soma. He hasn't lost a base yet. I lied. He lost this base, but it's been a minute. He's recovered quite nicely. He's at 178 supply. Mech at 3-3. Hydras cannot stand 2-1. But the Hydras are buffering, so the queens can get a little bit closer, get some Spawn Broodlings off, and escape on some level. Again, some of these queens are dying, but what do you do? 1 kill, 1 kill. I don't know if anybody even has 2 kills yet. There are some queens up this way that probably have the 1 kill. Nope. No. Okay. Yeah, no. Bad. Just Hydra against this many tanks. Absolutely not. Someone knows he falls back to the high ground. But even the high ground is not going to save you as much as you want it to against these tanks. You're praying for missed chances, but who knows? Who knows what we're going to get that way? Hydras exploding by the dozens, yeah. All right. Unsiege. Re-siege. Step forward. Leapfrog. 20 more Hydras in production. More upgrades for those guys. Yes, no more upgrades for the mech because there can't be any more upgrades for the mech. Trying to save this base. Parasite's a... Interesting parasiting a science vessel with your energy there. Light says, I've killed this base before. Let's do it again. A couple tanks on the ramp. And I don't know what can save it. Hydra trickles up here. Dies. So much just bleeding off too many Hydras for this to work. Queens, man. Coming around the backside. 1 kill, 1 kill, 1 kill. I haven't found a 2-kill queen yet. And like I said, the cost efficiency is in those 2-kill queens and 3-kill queens. I'm just looking for a queen that has 2 kills. Not finding one. This does not bode well. Hey, that one has 2 kills. Okay, we found 2-kill queens. Okay, this is nice. See, this is just like 4 or 5 cracklings are on top of your Goliaths too. Attack down the left side. Hydra says, this base is never going to happen. I've been keeping an eye on it, and you're never going to be allowed to have it. Quick! Command center, run. Man, this is the major benefit the Terrans have. Protoss would kill to be able to get their Nexus to leave when Hydras are attacking it. It would have died otherwise. The mobility is incredible stuff, but Light, just kind of mashing himself up here. Couple spawn broodlings, still a few tanks remaining though, and if there's just nothing to follow up with that spawn broodling, then what do you do? These guys run in, die, command center, re-landing. This hatch in a lot of trouble. Bam, tank down. Whoa, bam, tank down, tank down, tank down. All of the tanks exploded. Queen sort of dying in the process. This one has 8 HP. Her buddies are dead though. Yeah, a lot of drones died here with the scans. Even with Burrow at this stage of the game, the scan will reveal those suckers. It is 57 drones remaining to 69. Nice. All the drones at this base completely obliterated. The third base dies too. Has effectively killed 2 bases and re-expanded to this 5th base of his own at the same time. Zerg player, 65 workers. Still pretty gosh darn scary. Needs more cost efficiency. Oh, he took this. Wow, took this base too. Light, you are a scamp. Is what you are. SimCity here is fine. A little bit messy, but not too shabby. Oh, 147 to 153 supply. Light is down, but he's got more workers than the Zerg player does, and I think he might have more bases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 bases. Trying to retake a 6th. Yeah, meching Terran player on more bases than a Zerg. I don't know if I care what the Zerg player is doing at that point. I don't think it matters. Adrenal's on the way. Anabolic Synthesis coming in, trying to make Ultras. Ultra drops can be very good here, but Ultras on their own are just not going to be very good. Irradiating a Queen with 2 kills. She'll never get the 3. Scourge wiping out a Science Vessel. First time I've seen that today. But Light is just holding on to his half of the map. And if you can split the map in half against a Zerg player and you're meching, you're probably going to be okay. This is how mech looks good. I have cast some games where mech looks horrible and some games where mech looks amazing, and a lot of it has to do with the play of the Zerg and the play of the Terran. The Terran's protecting the tanks as much as he can, then sure, it'll work out for you. Irradiates on the Queens, it'll work out for you. But if you can't, and the Queens start to get a ton of kills racked up and their efficiency is through the roof, then you're in a lot of trouble. Ultras charging on down. Queens jumping in. Irradiating Queens, hoping they'll stack up a little bit, get a few extra killer bonus kills, but no. Ultras trying it, but they're just not enough. Yeah, unsieged siege tanks doing big, chunky hits against the Ultralisks. Overlord exploded. It is looking tough. I'm not sure if this base can survive the onslaught. Queens come in. Ready, set, go. Bam, bam. Bam. All right, excellent. What's up this way? Vultures killing even more drones. Ultras clean those suckers out. But Vultures know their target. They kill even more of the drones. It was 65. It's 56 drones. Ultras exploding. Hydras exploding. Nothing stops the onslaught of the mech when they have the high ground, especially. Whoa-bah. There goes nothing. Everybody dying over here. Yep, evacuating, hatch down. Like I said, there is no stopping this onslaught. I'm not sure if Soma can hang, guys. He's down 167 to 128 supply in the hands of a great Terran player like Light. Mech against Zerg looks entirely unfair, and yet we've seen games where mech looks bad. I have had people leave comments that are like, why do you even cast mech games? Mech never beats Zerg. Oh, but I don't know about that. Sometimes it certainly does. Well, look at this. Another hatchery killed, another drone evacuation, and these science vessels, I think, have some plans. Well, okay, instead of irradiating themselves, they get a Queen and an Ultralisk. They could have boxer maneuvered that, but they're like, this tank can kill this base all by himself. No problem. He's got a Goliath helper, I suppose, but yeah, hatch down. Siege tank's not doing anything here. That's how effective Light's army is right now. Looks like there is a bit of a Ling Ultra attack down this way. Why is this base lifted? I don't know, but this base got lifted too. Counter-attacking Ling Ultra down. Okay, it's pre-lifted, I guess, because these guys were on their way. You know, this is the Falcon strategy of dealing with mech. Just do not engage where the mech is. Kill bases, let your bases die, and try to kill more bases of theirs than they kill of yours. It doesn't work very often. Ultralisk Cavern's up here too. Look at this drone massacre. The blood splatters are so bad. Yep, 21 drones remaining. And no, definitely not. Not enough money for someone to do anything here. This one Ultralisk has got 0 kills, and he will die with 0 kills. And that's it. That's a GG, man. Light. What a cost-efficient, incredible 24-minute and 57-second display. Oh, man. What a fantastically great game that was for your, I'm going to say Wednesday. This will be posted on Wednesday. I don't know, man. Is it Wednesday now? Who knows? That's all good. What a great game from Light, dude. The Irradiates, the Tanks, the Goliaths, the Macro, especially the Goliaths to start off the game. The Science Vessels were massive. 54 SCVs remain. Ultras dying all over the place. If the Ultras are not being dropped, it's going to be hard for them to get a lot done. Soma kind of forgot about that drop aspect of the whole thing. So hatch down, hatch down, hatch down, hatch down. All the drones died here. Like, that's it. That is key. That's the whole play. So, ridiculous. Utterly, utterly ridiculous display of how to play TVZ from a mech perspective, from Light. This is why you watch these games, Terran fans. Okay. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything else to say about this. It just seems like a really cost-efficient play. We'll take a look at the stats in a minute here. These are lings with good upgrades. I know, with the player that leaves, their upgrades go away. It's not 3-3 versus 0-0, I promise you. I think it was full upgrade for the Ultras, but it doesn't really matter against the mech. The tanks are doing so much damage. Kind of irrelevant there. The Queens just didn't see any Queens that had 3 kills. As simplistic as that is, I think that's a big part of it, too. 222,000 to 270,000 points in favor of Light. Yeah, makes sense. Outproduced the Terran, got outkilled by the Terran by a bigger number. 2-to-1 ratio killing there for Light, outraising. And the outspend by the Zerg was merely 3,000 resources, maybe 3,900 resources in 24 minutes. And that is the game. Woof! All right. That was a ton of fun. That was a fantastic showing there from Light. No big deal, no surprise, but we got to go now. We got more StarCraft coming tomorrow, as always. So for now, thank you so much for watching. Check me out on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, you take care of yourself. Bye.